All right guys, I got something pretty cool for you. So this is officially my 10th year being a part of the Smokies GT rally. And if you aren't familiar with it from my other videos, it is a charity fundraiser of a bunch of guys with Porsche GT cars that come up to the Smoky Mountains to raise money for cystic fibrosis. Every year, there's some pretty cool stuff that gets auctioned off. But this 997 that we're about to show you and talk about is probably one of the biggest and specialist things to ever happen in the Smokies GT family. Now, Sean, I gotta add, I'm officially known as the 997 hater because everyone thinks they're like God's gift to earth and I always talk shit about them. So you gotta really sell me on this thing.
Okay, all right, well, we're gonna do our best. We think this is probably the best 997 you can build. So this is the Smokies GT11 charity car. We got this car in November of last year, and it had a blown engine, but otherwise a perfect 997.2 GT3. And we were sitting at lunch one day and trying to think about what we're gonna do special for Smokies, and Trey, the director of events for Smokies, said that's the auction car. And that kicked off an unbelievable process of trying to get this car done in 5 months. The build is an Autometrics 4-liter, the full Dundon Motorsports catalog, including exhaust, plenum, and all of the suspension bits they do, motion control suspension 3-ways, HRE wheels, R101 lightweights, and then a full bespoke interior. 991.2 steering wheel, which makes a huge difference in these cars. And for Smokies GT, this is as special as it gets to be able to build something that we expect to bring big dollars to end the fight for all of the patients in the world that have cystic fibrosis.
When you say auction this car off, it genuinely gets auctioned off. A bunch of people will bid for it. And what's cool is when they're bidding on this car, they get the benefit of it being a charitable donation.
For 11 years, we've been helping the CF Foundation find a cure, and the life of a patient has gone from about 30 years to a normal life. Just in the 11 years that Smokies GT has been fighting with the foundation. We've raised, after this weekend, will be over $5 million for charity, which is incredible. But it's amazing people that want to give back and being able to do cool things with cars.
Now, the reason why I'd say I'm a 997 hater is because for me it feels like an in-between car, right? Like I've got the 964, and then I really like 992 is really my favorite. I like the 991.2, and I think I got spoiled by having a motor with so much torque that when I drive, because these cars are usually 3/8,
yes,
they're like a little dead down low, and it feels like an in-between car. But you think, I mean, this is a $500,000 997.
Yeah, this is as far as you really could take one without doing something crazy like turbo, but you know, for a purist OEM plus type car, this is it. You know, this for me, building air-cooled cars and having 992 and earlier, and then my Riviera Blue 997, which has been with us all weekend. To me, this is the purest form of driving in a 911. The new stuff is amazing. The technology is incredible. The old cars are amazing, but to me, this was like the sweet spot in between. You know, when Porsche transitioned from 997 to, from air-cooled into the water-cooled world.
These seats are comfy. Are these factory seats?
Yeah, these are 997 Euro carbon buckets. They're impossible to find. We actually stumbled upon them in a warehouse in Houston when we were buying a trailer. I was paying for the trailer and I looked behind the guy and I said, "What are those?" And I knew what they were, and he agreed to sell them to us. So
they're very comfortable.
They're super comfortable. They're OEM. They've got airbags. You know, they're the ultimate seat for a 997. So the car was, first of all, supported in a big way by Porsche North America. They funded a pretty decent chunk of the build to help us get this thing to where we need to get it. And then Opus Carbon Ceramics, which is a new company that's doing carbon ceramics, provided the rotors at no cost. So what I was speaking about last night, the collaboration of amazing sponsors and people that have brought this car together is unbelievable, and we're just thrilled to have it here and can't wait to see what it does tomorrow night.
I know this is a very special touch.
Yeah, so really the original rallying cry for Smokies GT was a guy by the name of John Baker. John had 2 kids with cystic fibrosis and was the reason we started fighting for CF 11 years ago. We lost John Baker to brain cancer a few years ago, and this car is a tribute to John. He was big into the Scottish culture, and the McFarlane tartan is what we line the glove box with as a way to be a tribute to him.
It's very cool. Anything I need to know before I drive it, Sean? I'm obviously going to be careful because I know this thing's getting auctioned off, but I want to get the hype.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, if this isn't for you, then the 997 life is definitely not for you, because this is as good as a 997 can get.
All right, well, we're gonna see if we see the light. Am I dumb? How do I start it? Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. I'm very excited. This is a very special car. Take my time getting comfy with it. We got a 4-liter. The gear ratios, I don't know if Sean mentioned, it has RS gear ratios in it. Ooh. That's gonna take me a second to get back used to how this car drives. Anyway, it's got RS gear ratios. I already noticed just on the shift, it's like very close ratio. Same tires as my RS. If you can hear Sean ripping it in front of me. Definitely has more bottom end than TJ's car, which makes sense being a 4-liter. But we gotta start ripping on this thing. I think the uphill will be where we get a little bit more playful with it. Downhill, new car. Take a chill for a minute. Very quiet. TJ's car was a little bit too boy racer for me. I gotta give it to Sean. When he said this thing feels like a new car, he wasn't lying. The flywheel seems very light. I'm not gonna lie, I think my favorite thing about this car is the seats. It is the comfiest 911 I think I've ever driven. It holds you in the seat well, but it's like someone put a mattress topper on a standard bucket seat. This is what I need in all my cars. All right, we got some traffic, so we'll wait till we flip around and we'll rip up the hill. Hey, you put like a 12-car gap on me. No, it's fine. You were having a lot of fun, I could tell. Time to do the uphill. Give her the beans. That first gear rips. Hopefully you can hear me over my car in front of us. I don't want to follow too close. Gotta keep the front end of this thing clean. Sean is a maniac on these roads though. Over, like, the car feels like it's a new car. I feel like even my last RS, the orange one, it didn't feel this smooth. Very easy to heel toe. I love the 991 steering wheel. Sounds so good. No drone, but it still has the scream. And traffic. Just a nice mountain drive in a $500,000 997. Hey Sean, I think you made it too nice. Like when people talk about the 997, I feel like they're always talking about, oh, how raw and like old it feels. This feels like a new car.
Yeah, that's what I love about it. It feels like a brand new car. It's kind of freaky.
The front end, I don't know why, it's like the smoothest feeling front end I've ever felt on an old 911.
It's a lot of the Dundon magic up there along with MCS, so yeah.
I don't know how to explain it. It's like it's like you greased every bearing. Like I know that's not what actually happened. But that's like the only way I could communicate it.
And actually driving my 997 yesterday and then this one, it's crazy how much newer this car feels.
Yeah, it's incredible. I think the motor is really good. I still think I'm spoiled by all like the new 991, 992 torque. It's definitely better than like the 3.8 cars, but bro, the seats sold it for me. Like I need these seats and I want to put them in that car.
Yeah, they're amazing.
It's so comfortable. Yeah. I've been in back pain the whole time, but man, this is an incredible car.
Glad you like it.
If I had like just like few money, I'd definitely bid on it, but I have a feeling it's going to be far out of my discretionary purchase budget. Thank you for letting me drive this thing, Sean.
Yeah, I'm happy you could.
So this was TJ Hunt's car.
It was. Yeah, he had it and then decided he didn't want to fix it. So at some point, somehow we ended up with it. It was silver. He did a couple of videos on it, and then I bought it from, I think, the guy who sold it to TJ. I bought it from Tommy.
Oh. So Tommy and TJ both have owned this car. This is Sean's personal 997.
Basically, this was the start of recommissioning these 997s, and this is a Riviera blue now. It was silver, and got pole positions and full interior and re-geared with RS gearing, and it's just an awesome mountain ripping car.
It's very funny. So this is officially my 10th year coming to Smokies. The first time I came here, I got a ride in Sean's 991.1 Lava Orange GT3 RS, and that really sealed the deal for me. It was the first RS car I ever rode in. And it's funny seeing through the years, everyone started off, most of the people were in like 997s back then. You were one of the first people that had a 991. Through the years, everyone gets the new cars. Now this is the first Smokies I've been to. Everyone started going backwards. Everyone's in 997s this time.
It's probably 3 times as many Metzgers as we've ever had at Smokies this year, so it's really interesting what's happening with 997s, and that was really the reason why we built that car as a 997 this year.
Very cool. Well, thank you again for letting me drive it, Sean.
Thank you.
Okay, that car was great, but I feel like I appreciate the strides that Porsche made with the newer cars even more now. The way this thing turns and brakes and gets on the gas, it's crazy the back to that. This car's incredible. Funny story about my last video. If you watch the track day, someone had mentioned that it looked like my DRS wing wasn't working, and if you're not familiar with these cars, basically there's an active element on the wing that knows when to open up in like low drag scenarios on like straightaways, and then closes for downforce when you're like cornering and stuff. I don't manually operate it, some people do. I just let it do its thing. Someone had mentioned that it looked like it was not doing what it was supposed to on the last run when I had spun out and almost crashed the car. And I just wrote it off. I was like, I probably was doing the right thing, and I don't know, YouTube commenter, they don't know what they're talking about. But it just made me think, when I left the track that day, I had an error on my dash that said active arrow error. So I don't know if maybe it freaked out when I spun out, or it genuinely did have a problem, and that is part of the reason why I almost wadded the car up. Very weird and peculiar for that to happen there, but I just made the connection in my head because I completely wrote the comment off as like, oh, they don't know what they're talking about, but that may have actually been a valid thing to happen. I still think driver error wise I made some mistakes, but it's possible that played a role. Do I think, I mean, I guess at 140 miles an hour it does make a difference. We'll never know, I guess. We were just using the Dragon as a transit road. Happened to stumble upon 2 white Porsches in front of me, one of which is Chelsea DeNova, another of which is our buddy David. They're absolute maniacs behind the wheel. I was falling pretty far behind, but you know, doing my best to keep up. Not going the same speed as them by any means. And for the first time ever, we got hit with radar on the Dragon. And I don't know what's gonna happen because it looked like the police officer was turning around. We've been going slow. I don't know if he radioed a guy down here or what we should do. I've never had this scenario happen, so we'll bring you guys along. Maybe we'll get lucky, maybe we won't. I'm gonna yell at him. You're going to jail if you stop.
Yeah, so I'm saying, should we keep going?
I don't know.
Yeah, let's go to the split hill.
All right.
Which way? Where's that?
Oh. You think we're okay?
I don't know, dude.
I was behind. I couldn't keep up with you guys, so I was clearly going slower. I wasn't going as fast as you guys. I'm just saying that for the camera. No, don't record that.
Supposedly, they're saying he went 30, slow down.
Oh, well, we were only going 35.
We should go back that way. Yeah, we're going like 35. So.
We should or shouldn't?
I don't know.
Sir, I'm gonna need you to step out of the vehicle.
Yeah, we can step out for
I was like, bro, I've never had that happen with Dragon. I was like, oh, we're going to jail.
We were rolling.
Well, that's
Update, nothing happened. Now we are actually just doing the same leisurely cruise that we were before. Head back, you know, just nice chill, very chill. I'd lie to you guys and say I was expecting to film a little bit more, but I honestly wasn't planning to film that much this weekend. This is like one of the few trips that's like very much a me trip and not a content trip. The track day I was planning to film at, but that video of getting to drive the special Smokies 997 I was not expecting to do. Very, very cool. Tons of amazing cars here. In fact, this is a standout one to me. Beautiful 992.1 GT3. I miss mine and I can't wait to get back into a touring. I don't know, I like the clean lines, it not having all the aggressive aero. But anyway, one of my favorite places on earth, being up here. Sadly today rained a bit, but we still got some good driving in. I'll have to come up to the mountains again with Chelsea because he's an absolute animal and actually like purposefully like film a video. But good boys trip, had a lot of fun this weekend. And if any of you guys are interested in contributing towards the fight for a cure for CF, I'm gonna put a link in the description. Nothing's expected, but it's always appreciated. Hope you guys enjoy this one. I'll see you soon.